Hey, it's been a while. I'm Trowfighter, and TROW24 is about to start. And I've done this, I believe, for TROW22 for the first track, Monster in Me. I also did a video called 10 Things You Didn't Know About Monster in Me. Well, I just wanted to reinvent that idea with this video. So we're just gonna go over 10 things you don't know about my upcoming release, Realm of Shadows. Let's go. So number one, I wrote them down like a list of 10 things because I didn't want to do it on the top of my head. It would look messy and the video would be 15 minutes long of me just rambling around. Anyway, okay. So the first thing that I wrote down is it is written and created for something that I love, and that's true because the Realm of Shadows is a story. It's a big emotional story arc, basically light versus dark. That's the theme. But there's a deeper story within it, and that's not my own story, it's not my personal story. Of course there are personal elements in there because I wrote it, so I just, you know, how that works. But anyway, it's not my story that it's originated from. It's originated from a story that someone that I dearly love told me, and she always wanted to tell that story that she's been through, like a story of trauma and all that stuff. She wanted to tell that story the right way on a track, music wise. And when I met her, she knew that I did music, and then she asked it one day. She basically said she wanted to tell her story on a track. And I was like, well, bet, wanted to impress her, sort of. You know, that led to what I call today the Realm of Shadows. Yeah, it started from there, her telling me that story, all the emotions and everything. So it's not my own personal story. There are some personal things in there, of course, but a story that is written for someone else. Her story, basically. I don't know how to say it without going like into spoiler area for the Realm of Shadows, but that's what it is. Yeah. So we go on to number two, and this is kind of a follow through of the previous point, because writing this track was heartbreaking and nerve breaking. Not wanting to let her down or her family down.
This is the worst!
I wrote the track for her, like I said, you know, and I knew when creating the track that everybody would be watching. She told her, the family, and I was like, okay, well, now I gotta come up with something that's actually fucking good. I just can't present something that's whack and that doesn't do the story justice or pain justice. You know, I wanted to create something that is groundbreaking. In my style still, so it's still like hard kicks and all that stuff, but also like capturing that pain and that emotion, and also finding the light at the end of it, breaking through the trauma. I wanted to capture that, all of that. So when I started producing, I was scared shitless because I wanted to achieve something that once they would see it, they would be like, okay, this is something. It was kind of scary. I just didn't want to let anybody down, and also didn't want to let myself down, because I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna do it. But then you start actually doing it and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta deliver. And I did. I did deliver. You'll see soon enough. But anyway, yeah, point three. This is the first collaboration that I've ever done, because you know, my voice, I started capturing my voice, of course, on tracks. That's why I have this beautiful mic right here about it, so I can record vocals better. But I'm not that good of a singer. I don't have a singing voice. My voice is strong. I can deliver a message with my voice, but in a different type of way, I can't sing. My voice is going to be on the track, but I need something to counterpart it, because you have like my voice, which is pretty heavy, and you know, but when you have nothing against it, you don't really have that you need to have balance in the track. So my best mate, so his sister can sing like a fucking angel. It's awesome, and her voice, she was interested in working with the track, and I was just, at that point, I didn't even know how like collaborations worked and stuff. She wanted to help, and she wanted to do it for free because she liked the story and stuff. I am extremely fucking thankful for that, because if that didn't happen, I have no idea, absolutely no idea where the track would have ended up, sorry, grammar. But like, I remember sharing notes and telling her the story and just texting back and forth. And anyway, I was just working in the studio, and I received text from her, like I did some things, check it out. And I was sitting here and I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect. I know she can sing, that's for sure, but I don't know what she can do with my project, with everything that I've built so far. And then I checked it out, and oh damn, it was mind-blowing. It was the first things that she sent me. I can sing it, but you know, of course you didn't hear the track yet, but in the intro, the first fucking things that you hear, like vocal wise, and it just set the tone immediately. It was like, okay, damn, hands off. This is something. This is massive. And then it just clicked. Man, the result was something. When I got those first vocals, and when I really started making those vocals at home, I didn't really have to do much because it was just magical for real. Anna, if you're watching this, Thank you. Thank you very much, because it's mind-blowing. Okay, so this might be a mind-blowing little point right here, but Realm of Shadows officially counts in at 7 minutes. Seven, that's it, 7 minutes, 7:00. It's a long track. It's a long track, but it has a reason behind it, because you can't leave parts out of the story, right? So it just happened. I can't just take like the middle part out and say, okay, well, I want to take this out because I can't make the track 7 minutes, because that wouldn't be like the meta in the commercial hardstyle scene right now. So I'm not gonna do that. But you know, for people that know me, I don't like commercial shit. So I like putting the emotion and the story in there. And then it just happened that it was 7 minutes, and I was like, yeah, fuck, sure. I don't care. I just wanted to tell this story so bad, and it just happened to be 7 minutes. If it would have been 10, it would have been 10. But you know, the track has 3 chapters, and you can clearly hear those chapters back, and it is what it is. It's 7 minutes long, and because like the attention span of the TikTok puppies, they are just brain dead at some point. You know, they can't focus on something longer than 10 seconds. So that's gonna be a rough one for those people. But I have faith in what I did. So 7 minutes, yes, maybe long, maybe not, but you know, it is what it is. Next point, yeah, this track sets the tone for 2024. It created the world the other tracks expand on. I have a plan. And that plan being, you have Realm of Shadows, and then the 3 tracks in this saga that come after, they are in the same world, like a cinematic universe, but also then my own Trowfighter universe. I wanted to have the tracks connect, but Realm of Shadows basically sets the tone of whatever is to come. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is pretty funny. So Realm of Shadows is 2 years in the making. The track was finished in November 2022. I had a pretty hard deadline for this track, and that's because I wanted to finish the track the birthday of the one I wrote it for, and be like, this is your gift. And I had a big canvas of the cover art and stuff, you know, pretty cool. But the track was set to be released that same year. I wanted to release it in 22 first, then it got moved to 23. Yeah, so it kind of moved along, and I didn't want to rush anything, you know, because I didn't want to release anything without thinking it through properly. So I didn't just want to throw it out there and just see what happens. And now it's done, but you know, it was originally meant to be released 2 years before, and it just happened to be like postponed, and you know, trust God's timing. It's always right. So this is gonna be the year, and now, you know, we have a release date, so we're not gonna maybe, but you know, we'll see. But I think it's pretty official that we have a release date right now. In 22 or 23, I don't know, I believe 2023. We also had 1 day of shooting the video clip, because of course it was set to release then, and I wanted a video, so we went out and we shot 1 day. We didn't have a clear plan. Basically, we didn't have anything. We just went there, me and the boys, and we had this equipment. We had everything basically that we needed for a day. But then we had this big nature park, and we were like, okay, what now? Okay, it was so damn hot. I remember that we weren't prepared at all, and I was in all black because that was the clothing that I wanted to wear in the Realm of Shadows, because I thought that's what fits the story. So I was all black with my big fucking Dr. Martens shoes on, and I was standing there, and I was fucking burning alive. It was so damn hot in my black fucking clothes, and 30 degrees, and we just stood there on an open field, sun shining, and we were so done. When I look back at it now, the footages that we shot, I mean, it had potential, and some of the shots are still pretty cool, but you know, they're unusable to the level that the video was at right now. So yeah, we did have a shooting day in 2022, which went pretty damn chaotic. And also we shot the current video, the one that is set to be released, we shot that in 2 days. So it's pretty cool. 2 separate days. Also on a nature park, but 2 separate days of shooting, and then it was done. And then the whole nightmare started of editing it. Yeah, my computer hates me probably, because it was a heavy duty job. But yeah, I got it done, and that's what counts. I finished the track literally the same day that it had to be delivered. Onto the last point, standing right here, the last one. No, it's not the last one. This is the one before the last one. So it's the 9th one. I wanted to do something that has never been done before. That's one, and that's always been my whole point. But I fell in love, and it's recently. It's maybe like 2 years ago that I really started like discovering that kind of stuff. But you know, the Halloween franchise with Michael Myers. This guy with Michael Myers, and the point is, Michael is a horror icon, that's for sure, but I always love horror. I don't even know if you can hear me. ugh. So I've always loved horror, and you know, this guy, the movies are, not every movie is good and not every mask is good, but that's a whole lot of discussion because I'm kind of a mask nerd. This one is cheap though. This is like a $20 mask. Downstairs in my room I have an exact replica of the Halloween Ends mask, which I'm really damn proud of. But that's not the point. I started discovering music outside of hardstyle, and I've always been doing that, but then I fell in love with like classical music and more or less like movie music. I've always loved the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and certain horror movies, of course. And the music in those movies is incredible. You have like Hans Zimmer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't really know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. And John Carpenter and Johnny. And that's the composer of this guy. And those movies, like I said, are iconic, but the music in those movies, it's something else. It's opening a whole different world. And I love that sound, and I love that once you listen to it, you just get dragged into that world. And of course, that's music, that's what it is. But I like how, especially in Halloween music, kind of, it just had a feel to it. And I just fell in love with that. And then when booting up The Realm of Shadows, I wanted to capture that kind of emotions, everything, and I started researching like how to do it basically, because you know, like I said, I've been here a while, but I'm young, so I don't know that much. I didn't know at that point 2 years ago. I didn't know that much about those kind of productions, and that I just bought a shitload of libraries that I could use, like strings, choirs, drums, all that stuff, like orchestra libraries, and then it just happened, you know. The orchestra sounds so cool, and it's heavily inspired by John Carpenter. I love that sound and that whole vibe. I just love it. So I've been inspired. Yeah, that got me inspired. So this little bitch, pretty iconic. So anyway, oh yeah, I wrote this down because I was sure I would forget it, and I did forget it. So this still belongs to the previous point that I made, but yeah, the second verse, I wrote that. I don't remember where I was. It could be outside or something. I don't know. But I was listening to the Wolf Street Part 1, the Wolf Street from the Wolfman movie, the remake from 20 something. I was listening to that, and with that score on, it sounds so, it's dark, but it's powerful and it's mysterious. And I wrote the second verse on that track, not even listening to the Realm of Shadows, but I just had to put myself into that bubble, like imagining that I'm in the realm, and that musical piece, that atmospheric piece, it just fitted, and then it just clicked. It's pretty damn good. The last announcement, because it's a fact, but it's also an announcement. The Realm of Shadows will be releasing the 9th of August. We got a release date. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's it. The 9th of August. Yeah, it's coming. The 9th of August, Realm of Shadows. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe, and if you want to check out where I've been, you know, what I've been doing in these past 2 years, basically, you can click somewhere on the screen, because I recorded another video for that purpose, just so you can check out where I've been and what I've been doing. But yeah, I know this has been a kind of longer video, but I mean, it's been 2 years, so who's to blame?